Hello, welcome to King Spirit Podcast, and here again to take you through something of interest, how to write a CV or how to apply to a creative agency, right? If you want a job there and such, as a creative, of course. My name is Muzikayise, and I'll be taking you through it, right? All good. First things first, right? You need to indicate your full names, right? That's really, really important. You want to have your full names there. Yeah, that's pretty much basic, right? Then next, you want your contact details. We want to call you. Of course, yes, that was the email, but sometimes these emails go through a portal. But yeah, indicate your contact details, your number, your emails, and such. Right. Next, you want to indicate what role that you're applying for, right? Sometimes creative agencies obviously will put out an ad, and then you need to indicate what specific role. These are the basics, right? We're gonna get into the juice just now, right? Then also, it's really important that you also indicate what roles that you can perform as well, right? So people know that okay, this person has experience in this person has experience in that, right? Then next, which is really important, you need to show us your educational history, right? We want to see just how far back, obviously, like where did you go to school, what college education did you have, what professional training did you have, and such, right? That's really, really important for your employer. It helps your employer pretty much understand that, okay, you've got academic skills and that can contribute to whatever role that is. Right. Next, it'll be good to also show your qualification and what it actually is. Also, as a creative, you want to show maybe if you've previously had any awards that you previously won. You want to show us also your language proficiency. Are you a creative writer or just a basic writer? We want to see just how deep you can actually, how well you can articulate, how well you can present work and such, right? The other thing is how many years, now we want to know your employment history, right? How many years of experience do you have? If you don't have any, it's all good. No one expects you to just, it's so funny how they tell you, there's a graphic design role, but 10 years experience is required. And you're like, I wasn't born, then I just jumped into it, right? You know what I mean? Like, where do employers expect us to just get work experience from, but yeah. And then also, if suppose maybe you've been in the industry for some time, we want to know how many years you've served in different roles, right? We want to be able to see that progression. Has there been any growth, right? If you started off as maybe a copywriter, did you become like a copy director or a senior copywriter? Then did you become a creative director? We want to see how many years you served in each. It gives the employer the idea that you are a person that grows, right? That they should pretty much hire because they can potentially see that you're a person who wants to constantly achieve, right? Next is software fluency, right? Your employer wants to know what software that you can manipulate. With creators, we usually use the Adobe Creative Cloud. Your employer wants to know what skill levels you have there as hard skills, right? Like not things that you are gonna learn on the job. It's very, very little of the time that you get there, then you start using a software that you've never been really exposed to. It'll pretty much slow down the team. So we want to know what hard skills that you can bring to the table. Plug and play kind of a. It's also good to have a few soft skills as well. We want to see maybe do you have good presenting skills? Do you have good, maybe client relation skills? Do you have good writing skills, creative writing and certain things? That's also pretty cool that you can also add in your CV. Then the big part obviously is now your portfolio. I want to see the works that you've done, right? Whether it's in whatever format, video, audio, photos and such, right? And then we want you to also highlight your significant projects that you pretty much worked on. That is something that can bring your employer to be like, okay, cool, that was quite big, and you give your employer the idea that okay, this is your current potential, right? And maybe that you could actually achieve a bit higher, right? And then also you want to include references. Yeah, which is kind of weird because you always want a situation whereby you know, wherever you've worked before, you know, you keep good relationships with these guys so that they can give you good recommendation letters. If they don't, then it means that you're probably not a nice person to work with. But yeah, you really want to be able to have references that, you know, people around you that will write things, good things about you, true things about you. You know, that is really, really important. You will find that a lot of people get jobs through recommendations anyway. So yeah, it's really important to have a reference page that is, you know, that doesn't have ghost numbers, it doesn't have a number, it doesn't have an email. Like, we actually want to contact these people, right? So that's pretty much what to put in a CV. But what not to put in a CV, right? Don't put your age, for example. Don't put your nationality. Well, you can, but, you know, we're kind of working in a global environment now, you know, global citizens. So yeah, I'm always prepared to work anywhere in the world, actually. Then also, don't put your social media, right? If unless if that's what you kind of want to do, but yeah, unless it's like a LinkedIn or something so that we can see your professional history and such. But like, sometimes, you know, certain people's personalities on social media are just not appropriate for workspaces and stuff. Maybe you don't want to show people that at that point, right? You don't have to indicate your gender as well, or, you know, or your race. You don't even need to put a photo, right? Unless you're specifically asked, which is kind of creepy by the employer, but usually, yeah, those are the don'ts. Yeah, I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you guys can write really good CVs, and yeah, we're also hiring. Creative agencies are always hiring. We're always looking for new talent. We're always looking, you know, to grow talent and, you know, to build a team that is that our clients can draw a lot of value from. Anyway, cool. It's been fun. I'm out of breath. I'm gonna go now. Cheers. Don't go.